Welcome to Resume Well. Hello, and welcome to our second solo episode of season 2 of Resume Well. So this episode I'm very excited about. It is all about energetic cleansing for your workspace. So this whole season, we're talking about wellness and some woo stuff. And this episode is for all the woo people, the woo, whatever, woo. So if you're not into it, just give it a listen because it's really interesting and it might help you out, might help you feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more positive. And if you are into energy and cleansing it and learning how to really optimize your workspace in an energetic sense, this is the episode for you. So we're basically going to just go over very quickly, not a really long episode. So if you have a short commute, this is perfect. Basically what we're doing, we're going through 5 really easy ways that you can, without looking too crazy, that you can really cleanse the energy of your workspace. So if you've been feeling super negative at your job, or you have like a negative Nancy next to you, this is definitely for you. So let's jump right into it. What is energy cleansing, right? We should probably know that first. Energy cleansing is a concept that's rooted in a lot of different spiritual and alternative wellness practices. So it's based on the idea that environments, objects, and people can accumulate negative or even just stagnant energy over time, which may affect mood, productivity, and really just your overall well-being. So we are going to look at all the different energy cleansing practices using different techniques to remove this negative energy. However it came into your space, doesn't really matter. We're just looking at ways that you can gently remove it and replace it with positive energy. Even if you're not into woo stuff, I feel like who doesn't want that, right? Okay. Basically, people who are very into it, which is me, people who are really into it believe that this can lead to an improved state of mental clarity. It can reduce stress and it can just lead to a more harmonious environment. And let me tell you something else. If you aren't into it, if you think like, who knows if this is true, it can also just have a placebo effect. So who knows if it's true? The science may not back it up. It may, some of the things it does, right? However, if you believe in it and it gives you a sense of meaning, that's really all that matters. So number 1, woo, smudging. So this is probably one of the more woo-woo ones, I would have to say. And I'm just going to start with it because why not? What is smudging? Have you heard of smudging? If you have, great. If not, basically, smudging is a ritual that originated in various different cultures, but particularly among the Native American tribes. And it involves burning certain herbs or plants and using that smoke to purify a space or simply just one object or a person. Here's an overview of smudging. Basically, it's the act of burning these sacred herbs and allowing that smoke to fill a space or waft over that person or that object that you're choosing to cleanse, right? The smoke is believed to cleanse the negative energy and promote healing, wisdom, and clarity. How do you do it? You choose your herbs. Most people choose sage, Palo Santo, or sweetgrass, but mainly sage, white sage, and Palo Santo. Those are the 2 most popular. You light the herbs with a match and basically it just kind of smolders. It's kind of sexy. And you blow it out. So it's just smoking, not burning. And then you set an intention. So you focus on what you want to cleanse, why you want to cleanse it, and invite that cleansing energy into your space. You waft the smoke around using your hand. Some people use a feather if you're into feathers, and you direct the smoke around the area, object, or person. So it's not kind of just haphazardly either. It's very methodical. So people tend to start at the entrance of a space if you're doing a space and move clockwise. And then when you're done, you simply just smudge it out, right? So you put the embers in sand to make sure that it doesn't continue to burn, or a fireproof container. So I don't know if I would have you do this at your cubicle. That might be weird and also a fire hazard, but you can certainly do it at your house or maybe your car or around whatever outfit that you're going to wear to a job interview or just whatever outfit you're wearing to work, maybe your shoes, your bag, your computer, your cell phone, anything that you deem powerful in your work, I would sage it or smudge it. People also use the word sage and smudge interchangeably, just so you know. Number 2, crystal cleansing. Crystal cleansing is so fun because it's so pretty. And who doesn't love having little crystals around? It just makes you feel kind of like calm, just having them around. My daughter loves them. She's 4. Crystal cleansing refers to the practice of purifying and recharging crystals to restore or maintain their alleged energetic properties. Okay, so why do you do it? Basically to remove accumulative negative energy, restore the crystal's natural vibration, and prepare the crystal for healing or meditation, which is nice. It's nice to meditate with a crystal. It can help you ground. It can help purify. It can also help you just feel calm. Common methods for crystal cleansing include moonlight and sunlight. This is the main one. Moonlight is really the main one. And it's basically you just place your crystals outside during a full moon or in sunlight for a few hours, and they kind of absorb the energy. The other one is salt, burying your crystals in salt or submerging them in salt water. Great. If you live near the ocean, just grabbing a bucket of ocean water and sticking them in there for 24 hours. And they're great. So now that you know how to cleanse your crystals of negative energy, here are 4 crystals that I think are the most useful for an office setting. There are, of course, other ones. However, I think these are like the main ones that you could use in an office setting and for work. Number 1 is clear quartz. It's known as the master healer. So you can't really go wrong with it. It's said to enhance focus and clarity. So if you have focus issues, if you have ADHD, this is a great one for you. And it is also believed to amplify energy and thought. Number 2 is amethyst. Great if you have anxiety. It's associated with calm and balance. If you have a super stressful job, this is the one. This is a stone for you. This is a crystal for you. It's also believed to enhance intuition and creativity. Citrine, number 3. This one, I love this one. This one is linked to success and abundance and also your solar plexus chakra. So confidence, right? If you lack confidence or if you feel like any sense of imposter syndrome, which we all do, this stone is for you. This crystal is definitely for you. It's said to promote optimism and confidence, believed to enhance motivation and decision-making. Get it, just have it on your desk, let it sit there. Number 4, black tourmaline. This one, I think is just so good to have just in your bag or in your pocket. You can carry a little stone in your pocket. It's thought to protect against negative energy. Don't we all need that? It's said to reduce electromagnetic stress from electronics. So that's great. I'm like surrounded by 1,000 electronics right now. There are so many wires at my feet, which you can't see, thank God. But great, great, great for anybody who's in the tech space. And I mean, we all are on our computers all day. So it is also believed to promote grounding and stability. So again, if you have, I don't know, any kind of stress, it's really great for you. Just get it. And crystals are so great because they don't have to be like very obvious. If you're kind of like in the woo closet, you can just get like little ones and have them in your bag or just put them on your desk, like in the corner. And if you're not ready to like fly your freak flag yet, they're great in your pocket, anywhere you can hide them. Let them just do their magic. Okay, moving on. Number 3, I love this. I feel like there's been this like resurgence of this healing modality, sound healing. So the reason I love this, when I was in Tibet, Tibetan singing bowls, we all know, we've all kind of heard that phrase. They use them. The monks in Tibet really do use them to create a calming space, to initiate some kind of, prayer or to end a prayer or mantra. And even if you're like not into this stuff, there's no way that you can listen to a sound bowl and not feel something. And usually it's something positive, right? So sound healing, just to go back to basics, sound healing is an alternative therapeutic practice that uses sound vibrations and frequencies to promote physical and emotional well-being. It's based on the belief that certain sounds can influence our brain waves, our body rhythms, and our overall health. So if you've heard of like, oh, we're on the same wavelength or we're on the same frequency, there are certain frequencies and hertz that align with different, this is like a whole different episode, which maybe we'll do. But basically there are harmonious frequencies and then there are like not great frequencies, right? Sound healing aims to restore those harmonious frequencies to the body, which sounds really cool. I think it sounds really cool. If you've never done a sound bath, they are everywhere. They are everywhere right now. Okay. If you've never done a sound bath, do yourself a favor and go to one. And let me tell you, they are popping up everywhere. Most yoga studios now offer a sound bath. And basically what happens during a sound bath, it looks like you're just laying there taking a nap, which you might, but the sound frequencies actually do something on a cellular level. So the frequencies enter your body, enter through obviously your ears, and go through your system. And I'm going to have somebody on to talk about this in a more, in a more scientific way. But it's basically like a massage. You end feeling amazing and you walk out feeling like you just had a deep tissue massage. I had heard of this and, I teach yoga, so I'm in it. And I was like, I don't know, this sounds really weird, but I'll do it. I have 2 little kids. I'll take an hour and just like lay down. So I did. And I felt like I was connected to the fucking ether when I left. Like, I don't even know what happened, but I was so calm and relaxed and it was amazing. So if you've never done it, just do yourself a favor and find a sound bath anywhere. If you have little kids, by the way, they love it. My daughter falls asleep during Shavasana at kids yoga when they do just like a little tiny sound bowl. It's great. So definitely look into it. And how you can use this in your office, because that's what we're talking about, without looking insane, which I don't think you would. I don't think that you would look crazy if you brought a little singing bowl into your office. But you could perform a brief little sound cleansing ritual at the start of the day and at the end of each day by just, getting a little sound bowl and just going around once to signify the beginning of the day and then around once to signify the end of the day. I love this. So another great way to incorporate sound healing into your workday. Keep a tiny little chime. You've seen them, the little mini like wind chimes, or a little bell. That sounds pretty, on your desk. And anytime you need a little mental reset, like let's say you just had a really stressful conversation with your boss, or you have to kind of get out of hyper-focus mode and switch to something else, like very different. Like let's say you're doing something creative and you need to switch to something analytical. Ding the bell, ring the chime, and just use it as a little mental reset to like, okay, that's finished. And now we're coming into something else. Great. You can also, by the way, listen to specifically designed audio tracks that influence your brainwaves. So if you go on Spotify, which maybe you're listening to Spotify right now, or Apple, iTunes, they have so many great playlists that have, that are specifically for focus or calm or, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Okay, moving on. Visual meditation. I'm definitely going to do a whole episode about this. We've had some other episodes that I will actually link in the show notes that are all about meditation, different types of meditation. But this specifically, visualization meditation, is great for work. So what is visualization meditation? It's exactly what it sounds like. You're visualizing exactly what it is that you want through meditation. So you close your eyes, go somewhere calm and quiet. Close your eyes and you literally just imagine whatever it is that's bothering you leaving the space. So if you have some neggy vibes at work, maybe you have a coworker that just irritates you, or something just has been a thorn in your side all week, whatever it is, if it's a project or what, close your eyes and literally imagine whatever that is. If it's, Sue next to you or Joe next to you, imagine them leaving the room. That's step 1. And people usually end there. And that's just the beginning. So that's step 1. Step 2 is how you feel as you resume work. So when you go back to work, imagine as you sit at your desk and start your next project, what has changed in your body? Maybe your shoulders aren't as tense. Maybe you unlock your jaw. Maybe your breathing has slowed. Anything that you can notice physically can really help bring it back to reality, right? So if you're in this headspace of visualizing people or something leaving the space, bringing it back to your body will help your mind make it a reality because you can feel it, right? It's actually happening. And going a step further with that, a lot of time with visualization, we really just imagine that main big thing. So for example, and this is kind of talking about manifestation, but we'll do a whole episode on this, but just to get into it a little bit. A lot of people will say, I want to be a millionaire. So I visualize $1 million in my bank account, which is great. And that is a great start. But what visualization actually requires to work is for you to visualize the path to the millionaire status. So instead of just visualizing the numbers in your bank account, which is great, do that, you also have to visualize what that work is, specifically, very clearly what that work is. Maybe that includes, visualizing clicking send on a bunch of cold emails and seeing all the responses just like flood your inbox. Or maybe it's sitting in an interview and really connecting with the interviewer and hearing them talk about next steps, whatever those words are to you. And then visualizing the actual phone call, like the number coming up on your phone when they offer you the job. So it's much more specific and much more, I want to say realistic, because when you give your brain something realistic to believe, it's easier to believe because it's realistic, right? And your brain can much more easily believe that something is going to happen when it's in the realm of reality, as opposed to like, oh, I want to be a billionaire. Like that's really hard for your brain to grasp, but it's not hard for your brain to grasp you getting a phone call that says you are going to get this job, right? Okay. Number 5. Our last one. And I'll keep it short. Create a personal cleansing ritual for your workspace. I love this because it's so easy and it's fun, and routines are just great. I don't care if you're not a routine person. I'm not a routine person. I have to really make myself commit to routines in order to do them. But when I do, I feel a lot more grounded and more productive. So creating a personal cleansing ritual for your workspace is so great because it invites all this positive energy in, and it kind of gives you nice little bookends to the day. Really great if you work from home. So that could look something like saging or having Palo Santo on your desk. Palo Santo, by the way, I didn't talk about this, but instead of smudging or saging, Palo Santo, it looks like a little wood thing. It's like a stick almost. And you don't light it or anything. You can light it, but you don't have to. You can just have the little stick on your desk, and it's like a little positive energy stick. So you could start with that, or actual smudging. A short little visualization for the day is a great way to start the day. A little singing bowl to start the day and end the day, and then using those chimes to reset whenever you feel stressful or need to just kind of simply refocus. And that is it. Those are the 5 little energy cleansing rituals that you can bring into your workspace. I hope that's helpful. I hope you'll try one of them, if not all of them. I think they're really fun, and I also think that they work. So give it a shot. See which ones work for you. See which ones you like. And again, even if you're not into the woo stuff, that's fine. It doesn't have to, I think especially if you're intellectual and you're really a heady person, it's hard to believe in something without a ton of whatever scientific research to back it up. There are so many podcasts out there, and just you can Google any kind of scientific research to back up whichever one of these you're kind of leaning towards. And I would suggest you do that if you're interested. But pick one and go with it. Just see how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel better, then that's all the research you need, honestly. Don't overthink this. Just do it and feel good about it and see if it helps. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I am so excited for season 2, for all things career and wellness and how they merge, because we all know that those two things are so massive in our lives, and we have to pay attention to them, and we have to understand how they interconnect. So please subscribe. Please, 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 please share this with your friends and family, your coworkers, and tune in for our episode in 2 weeks. So we're doing bi-weekly episodes now. We're doing guest, solo, guest every 2 weeks. And our next guest is so awesome, and I'm so excited for it. So subscribe, follow us on all of the socials, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much.